Hi, hello, greetings to everyone. This is Habib. Welcome back to my channel Physics Magic by Habib. Guys, you are doing magic. Yes, with these important formulae list in physics, you are going to do magic in final NEET examination. Now, in this series, I gave already two parts, part 1, part 2 of kinematics, and I hope you have noted down all those important formulae and practiced related problems also. Now you are very confident and ready to do the magic in NEET examination if the questions are coming from kinematics. Right, now let us start the new lesson, laws of motion, which is also very important in the final NEET examination, and we are starting this particular lesson. But before that, guys, remember, don't expect the derivations or the conceptual explanation for these formulae here in this small time, because the time over, you have learned it. Your teachers have given beautiful explanation for these formulae and you have learned it. You have nearly 25 to 30 pages of notes for this particular lesson, where you can find all those concepts and derivations and all those. Here I am giving a very smart revision, and in 3 pages the whole laws of motion you are going to revise. So it will be a very helpful tool to you to crack the final NEET examination. Right, let's go to the first formula. Force is equal to change in momentum by time, that is final momentum minus initial momentum by time. Very simple formula. If question is asking on this, u will be given, v will be given, t will be given, and mass will be given, and he may ask you the force. Sometimes you may get this kind of easy questions also. Then let's go to the further different formulae for force. Then you can see here the second formula is force is equal to mass into acceleration, and the third one, once again in simple way, it is given mv minus mu by t, work by displacement, power by velocity, pressure into area, m into g. See guys, all force related formulae in a single line. How much magic it is going to do, you just see here only. Then you go to the fifth and the sixth, both are very simple and important formulae. First of all, fifth one, if a rocket ejects the exhaust gases with a velocity u relative to the rocket at the rate of dm by dt, then the force F acting on the rocket is F is equal to u into dm by dt. Guys, remember here nothing, don't worry, F is equal to, you know well here, m into dv by dt. General formula is this one. Here this m and v are interchanging because here mass is changing, that's why u is constant velocity, so it is kept constant written outside, but mass is changing with respect to time, that's why dm by dt is written. So in this type of problems, you have to use the formula u into dm by dt. Straight away you will get the answer. Similarly, if gravel is dropped on a conveyor belt at the rate of dm by dt, the extra force required to keep the belt moving with velocity is F is equal to u into dm by dt. With velocity u should be printed there. You note down while writing on your notebook, with a velocity u is, that u is missed, you please note down that u, and then the formula will be u into dm by dt. These two are very important applications of force. So just remember, and 100% it will help you. Then the seventh question is also very useful. Seventh formula: a jet of water of density D from a tube of area of cross section A comes out with velocity V, then average force exerted by tube on water is dAV square. Formula that one only. F is equal to mv by T. Their mass is equal to volume into density. Like that, if you substitute, you will be getting these two formulae, A and B. So another very important application. So once again, you just note down this A and B of seventh question. Average force exerted by a tube on water is dAV square. Force required to hold the tube in a fixed position is dAV square. Don't get any confused here. Velocity of the water will be given. Density of the water is, you know well here, the fixed value, and area of cross section will be given. So area of cross section is capital A here, but written small a. So this is small a, but given here in the formula capital A. You just do this small minor corrections. Wantedly I kept like that only, because I have to explain. While explaining, you will be coming to know that such small mistakes are out there. So you have to rectify that while writing. I hope you have written that one also. Then go to straight away the eighth question. If a gun fires 10 bullets of each of mass m per second with a velocity u, the force F necessary to hold the gun is directly F is equal to mnu. Because per second, actually mnu by T instead of per second, if he give here in T time, in place of second, if he gives T time, then here per second instead of per second, if he gives m in T time, each with a velocity u, then you have to write mnu by T, but he gave per second, so you can write there mnu by 1. That's why you got only F is equal to mnu. Then the next important formula, impulse. Then force into action of time, or the change in the momentum also can be equal to impulse. This is another important formula. Now straight away let's go to the 10th formula, motion on a smooth inclined plane. Here this is an inclined plane, you can see here, this is inclined plane. This is given, actually this is inclined plane related diagram. Here you can see here the block is coming down and angle is theta. The length of the inclined plane is L. So in this particular case, so he may ask you this kind of questions here. The first one, in this one you can see here, acceleration A is equal to g sin theta. With what acceleration that particular block is going down, so that acceleration will be g sin theta. Similarly, velocity at the bottom of the inclined plane, that is v square minus u square is equal to 2as formula. If you use, you will be getting. But don't worry about the derivations. Question will be asked as it is like that. If you remember the formula, 100% it is like a Brahmastra for you to solve those questions here. Similarly, he may ask the third one, time taken to reach the bottom. What else you need, you tell me? If length is given, use this formula. If height of the inclined plane is given, use this formula. Here also, if time when he is asking, if length of the inclined plane is given, use this formula. If height is given, this formula. So everything is ready made to you. If you are not willing to learn even this much of simple formula also, then 100% very difficult for you to get the NEET seat. Now the 11th question related this is the diagram given. So you can see here this diagram is related to 11th. Here two blocks are there, one's mass is m1, another mass is m2, and they are kept on this particular wedge, and you know the tension in the string is T. So diagram will be given like that only. In this case, acceleration to find, so this formula will help you, and tension to find, this formula will help you. Every value will be given. Don't worry about the derivation. Alpha value will be given, beta value will be given, m1 value will be given, m2 value will be given. So what is your job is just substituting those values here and calculating. So there are two possibilities. One, he may ask you acceleration, or he may ask you tension. Okay, then we will go to the 12th question. It is another very important, and in laws of motion definitely you can expect the questions based on these pulleys and connected bodies. That's the reason why I made very simple those particular concepts in the form of formulae. So you just see here, you will be getting very easily. So related to this concept, the diagram is given here. You can see here what is this diagram will say here. This is the diagram. Then here this is m1 mass and this is m2 mass, and this is pulley, and you can see here the weight is acting downward, its weight is acting downward. Then tension on the pulley is by this string is like this. This is as the string is on a smooth pulley, so the tension will be common or same. Now in this particular case, so this all narrated here, you can see here. So just you can keep in pause and you can note down the whole question at a time. So a body of mass m1 is placed on a smooth table. A string attached to m1 passes over a light pulley and carries a mass of m2. Then acceleration of the system m2g by m1 plus m2. Just making big for you. Just keep for a while and note down. A is equal to m2g by m1 plus m2. Then tension in the string will be m1 into acceleration. So m1 into acceleration means this is m1, acceleration is nothing but this. Then if you write here, you will be getting that tension. Similarly, then pulley or root 2t is given, because t is here, the resultant will act like this. So this is t, both are at 90 degrees. So under root of t square plus t square, it will be equal to what you will be getting here. Under root of t square plus t square is nothing but what? T square plus t square is nothing but what? Root 2t square. Then it will be finally root 2t. So this concept is also very important, and related diagram also here. So you note down. So you can keep pause like this, and you can draw the diagram, and you can write these three formulae. Surely you will be getting as it is. That is the magic. That's what I am telling about, the magic. Just m1 value will be given to you in the question. m2 will be given. He may ask acceleration or tension or thrust on pulley, means force on the pulley. Right? Straight away let's go to the next question, that is 13th one. Next formula. Same concept here, but in a different way. Say look at this here, this is pulley, and on this one then two masses are here. This is one, and then it is taken over this pulley. So in this particular case, then how the formula will change, you can see here. Then in this one, what is given? Once again same, acceleration, tension, thrust. So no need to explain, but in above case those formulae you are getting, and in this present case, if the system is given like this, then you have to use this formulae. By looking at the diagram, you will be getting very clear idea. But generally, if you are not having a good knowledge of these formulae, then by looking at these pulleys or connected bodies, you will be feeling lot of tension. Now no more tensions, because you are now with the formulae, with the weapon, so you can fight in the war of need. Okay, then let's go to the next formula. A block of mass capital M is pulled by a rope of mass small m by a force P on a smooth horizontal plane. Then acceleration formula you know well here, force by mass. Here force is P. So that's why P is written here. So by M, because F is equal to MA, A is equal to P by M. If this is a negligible mass, then no need to write small m, this one. But this is also a considerable mass, so that should also be considered. So this block mass is M, rope mass is M. So the total mass now becomes as M plus M. Similarly, force exerted by the rope on the block. So that is nothing but mass into acceleration. Acceleration is this one, mass is capital M. Block he is telling now. So block mass is M and acceleration is this one, M into A, this one. So like this you got here. Then another connected bodies case is given like this here. You can see here. Yes, you can maximize like this here and keep pause and note down the whole case here. I hope everyone is noting down this. Then masses M1, M2, M3 are interconnected by a light string. Light string means whose mass is negligible, mass is not there, and pulled with a string with tension T3 on a smooth table. So T1, T2, T3, three tensions are there. This is T1, this is T2, this is T3. Alright. Then in this case, once again the same. Acceleration is asking. Then this is acceleration, this is tension on the string. Then T2, because two tensions are there. Here is one tension, here is another tension. Tension always on that string is due to the masses behind it. Generally, father feels lot of tension because behind him family is there. If family is very big, then he will be feeling more tension. If family is very small family, he will be feeling less tension. Like that here also, this tension reason is this mass. This tension reason is this total mass. So masses are more means tension will change. And similarly, this tension 3 means because of these three masses. So to find out this, happily you can use this formula. You can use here T1 is there, T2 is there, this is T1, this is T2, this is T3. At a short, how happily you are learning the concepts? Enjoy the learning of the physics. Don't worry. At this particular stage, if this kind of questions are given, you have a ready-made formula and 100% you can crack it. Just convey this to your friends also. Let them also enjoy the physics. Let them also get the marks in physics. Because if you help your friends, God will help you and you will also definitely get good rank in NEET. Then 16th is simple, you can understand because it's a theory question. Then 17th also based on that one. Kinetic friction, mu r is coefficient of kinetic friction. Then this relation is also important in theory question, sometime is asked here. Mu r, mu k, mu s. Mu s is coefficient of static friction. Mu k is coefficient of kinetic friction. Mu r is coefficient of rolling friction. Anyhow, so this is simple only, you can understand. Then another pulling concept is also very important. If the body is pulled with a force F, the block will be at rest and the force of friction between the block and the surface is F cos theta. So it is F cos theta is acting in this direction, you can see here. This is F cos theta. And when it is coming like that, frictional force will act actually in the opposite direction. So both will be equal. So that's why it is given like this. So you can see here. Then just to note down, I am keeping for a while like this, keep it pause and write down another very important concept, pulling force concept. Note down the diagram. Then the last phase, in this one, normal reaction N is equal to mg minus F sin theta. Look at the diagram you will be getting here. So N is equal to, here you can see here, explanation I won't give, I am telling, but I am giving. So mg is like this, sin F sin theta is up. So net force will be equal to this one, mg minus F sin theta. That's how you got this formula. Mg is acting downward, F sin theta is acting upward. So net force will be the normal force. So it is given like that. Then force needed to just slide the body is F is equal to mu s mg by, this derivation is also there in your textbook or in your notes, you can see that. Then when the body is moving on a horizontal surface, coming to rest means a block, if a block having initial velocity u slides on a rough horizontal surface and comes to rest, the acceleration of the block is mu k into g. Very simple. Block is moving, due to the friction it came to rest. So both forces we have to make equal. From there you will be getting these three formulae, and very important guys, three concepts I am going to explain. One concept is horizontal surface, second concept is inclined surface, and third concept is inclined only, but this is sliding down. Third concept is going up. So these three concepts are very important in the friction. In this one also he may ask you acceleration or distance travelled before coming to rest and time taken to come to rest. So these three formulae, either he may ask acceleration or distance or time, right? Then horizontal surface, very easy na. Then you remember these three formulae, you will be getting that. Similarly, sliding down from the rough inclined plane, here also the diagram is not given, but for your convenience I am drawing here. So it is given like this here. So the body is coming down like that, but this is a rough inclined plane, not smooth plane. Smooth plane means only downward force, no force is opposing that. But rough means friction will act on the body against to its motion. So that's the reason why we don't simply take mg sin theta which is acting downward, but minus mu mg cos theta also we have to take. That's the reason why you will be getting here, look at this here, F is equal to mg into, here m you take, mg into sin theta minus mu k cos theta, then F is ma. So m gets cancelled, that's the reason why you got A is equal to this one. Same formula once again, same formula, you can see here acceleration, velocity and time, and in the above also we found for the smooth inclined plane, like that only we are getting this. If acceleration is coming, by using the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2as, you can find out this. And this one also, s is equal to half at square, you can get this. So finding acceleration, velocity and time, three formulae ready made I gave you. And another one is a relation is given, the time taken by a body to slide down on a rough inclined plane is n times the time taken by it to slide down on a smooth inclined plane of same inclination and length. The coefficient of friction is mu. I am keeping for you, you just note down. And how much important this concept I cannot explain you. Previous last 10 years NEET papers you observe 100% this kind of this question based on this formula is given. So definitely this will help you a lot. Tan theta into 1 minus 1 by n square will help you. Similarly, the last and final concept in this one is when body moving up. So earlier I have shown that, what I have shown, body was coming down, now the body is moving up. So that's why here you got the plus sign, right? Earlier it was minus sin theta, but here minus mu k cos theta, here you got plus. So the remaining all same, acceleration finding, then force, already from the force you will be getting that acceleration, then distance, then we same formula to find out the distance, v square minus u square is equal to 2as to find out this. Time is equal to, s is equal to half gt square formula, ut plus half at square formula you can apply and you will be getting this formula. Then similarly that in the above case, if the time of descent is n times the time of ascent, then mu is equal to another very important formula. This one, all are ready made at a single place in a single page. All formulae are given here. So this is another very important concept. For your sake, I am just keeping it in the screen. So keep it pause and note down this particular formulae also, and practice them 100%. You can do the question in laws of motion. All possible concept I explained here, 21 subtopics I explained here, and surely to study these you won't take more than half an hour. Daily half an hour you spend on this. No need to spend daily half an hour. First day half an hour, second day 25 minutes, third day 20 minutes, fourth day 15 minutes, like that. After 10 days, within 5-10 minutes you can revise this lesson. Like that, if you learn this formulae and going for the examination, you will be 100% rocking the NEET. I hope enjoyed this lesson and have a nice day. Practice well and get the use of this particular chapter also. Thank you, and all the very best once again. Let's meet in the next lesson.